Previously on Drag Duel. Our final 8 warriors competed in the second annual Drag Duel tournament. Hennessey and Transjenifahs worked together with their power-ups to bring themselves to the top. And while this worked out for Hennessey, Transjenifahs found herself in the bottom 2. After 10 Drag Duel battles, Smokey Karmikael won her second main battle of the season, and Shafrania unfortunately was the 7th warrior to leave the arena. While Dom Perignon takes a leave of absence this episode, we're still joined by our main judge, Hydra, as well as everyone's favorite piece of cardboard from Season 2, David Puck, and from RuPaul's Drag Race, the one and only Deja Skye.
Welcome back to Drag Duel. It is round 8, and with the lip sync tournament behind us and only 7 warriors remaining in the arena, we are slowly approaching the end game.
And the real question is, which of these sensational 7 will be the next warrior to be eliminated?
But before we dive into another week of mayhem, just a reminder that the winner of this season of Drag Duel will receive a $2,500 cash prize courtesy of you, our lovely supporters on Patreon and Indiegogo.
The winner will also receive 2 custom press-on nail sets from Kitty Cosmetics, crafted to strike, stun, and slay. A $100 custom lash package from Lash Core, the ultimate finishing touch to any winning look. A custom, one-of-a-kind wearable art piece from Vintage Thrivals, the black, queer-owned brand transforming sustainable fashion into iconic drag armor. A custom quality human hair wig from Bucy herself, because no crown is complete without the hair to match. And speaking of crowns, our champion will also receive a crown fit for a warrior. Last week was our Drag Duel tournament, and after Shafrania's emotional elimination, it's left a couple warriors feeling more on the outs than ever. Let's check in.
Oh my gosh, the last round was literally like one of the wildest, craziest rounds.
I got my second win last week. And, I would say deserved. Always congratulate yourself when you can, because not a lot of people will. But to my competitors, y'all also gave me such a good run for my money. Hennessey, Neon, Heavy, y'all tore it, and y'all made me so proud to take this win. I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm in this competition really solidifying that I am making history on season 3. I'm giving you everything. I don't know why I look like Norma Desmond, but I look, I'm feeling great.
I did that. I felt so empowered after completing that and just so proud of what I was able to do in such a short time frame. But then to do so well and make it to the top 2, I was just beaming.
Even the lip syncs that I thought were bad in an iconic way. I'm sorry. Neon versus Shafrania. So sorry, my love, Shafrania. I love you. Neon versus Shafrania will go down in history as an iconically insane lip sync.
But I lost Shafrania, one of my Euro girls, so there's now only me and Alex left, which is super sad.
Well, Shafrania was a really nice friend, and she was very talkative and silly and funny.
So here's the thing. We formed the alliance, or friendship, because of the King Alliance. The difference is that we have never won since the King Alliance decided to be a King Alliance. So as much as this alliance exists, we've never helped each other because, well, none of us have been in a position of power to help each other. So I feel like this was the most useless alliance ever. I should have aligned myself with people who would have won something.
It's gonna be definitely harder without them. We would need to stay together and fight to win, of course.
So my thoughts coming into this round were, I'm not going to be coming into this round. I'm actually ready to exit the competition. After what had transpired, last week, like, I don't know, it really got to me. It got me, gal. You know, like I said, like, I'm a performer. I value my performing ability more than anything. Like, I just love to perform. So the fact that it landed me in the bottom 2, it just felt like, damn, if I can't even do this, like, should I even be in this competition? Why am I here? Like, Neon reached out to me, actually, first, which was very cool, and she, you know, like, had comforted me and, like, basically reminded me, like, girl, do this for, you know, the people that love you, not for the people that are, you know, being critical of you, you know? And I was like, damn, girl, you ate that. You're so right. Like, I need to do things for the love of it and for the love of what I do and not, you know, to get others' validation, because, girl, it ain't gonna work. The reason why I ended up staying in the competition is because actually, like, when I had watched previous Drag Duel seasons where people had dropped the competition, I was always like, bitch, you're just doing this because you're not doing good in the competition. You're just doing this because, like, come on, stick through it, stick with it, like, get eliminated the proper way. And so that was really in the back of my mind. And I was kind of just telling myself, like, damn, I'd be hating on myself right now if I was sitting at home watching me. So I can't quit. I'm not a quitter, you know. I might be a spitter, but I'm not a quitter.
It's time for another side quest, and who better to host it than someone whose brain can only be described as experimental. It's our Miss Congeniality all the way from season 1 of Drag Duel. It's Susan?
Greetings and salutations to my friends, foes, and what are those? Welcome to a rousing brand new game called Taylor Swift Lyrics or Death Row Inmates' Last Words. The rules of this rousing game are super simple. I'm going to name a quote, and you, the contestants, have to identify if it's the lyrics to a Taylor Swift song or the last words of a death row inmate.
Listen, I'm not worried about winning this challenge as much as I'm worried about Swifties coming straight to my DMs. I love you all.
Now that we understand the rules and what's for stake at this wonderful competition, shall we begin? And if you're in the live chat, maybe you should try playing along. Quote number 1. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes. Are those Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
That is Taylor Swift.
That's definitely Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
That would be Taylor Swift.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes. It's Taylor Swift, yes ma'am.
While those may have been the last words of some death row inmates, more famously, those are Taylor Swift lyrics. Quote number 2. Tell my sister Tracy, I love you. Nicole, thank you and I love you. Wanda and all of my friends, I love you and thank you for your support. To the state of Texas, I am an innocent man. Never trust a court-appointed attorney. I'm ready, Warden. Are those Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Def Jam. Wait, no, Def Row. Def Jam's a record label.
Man, this is a really tough one. I mean, it could go either way. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say death row inmate.
That is a death row.
I mean, I heard Taylor Swift say that. Just kidding. Death Row.
You know what? I'm gonna say just kidding. Death row.
This one is tough. I think it's an inmate's quote.
If this is Taylor Swift, you know what? I think that white bitch might be onto something, but I think this is a death row inmate.
This one was a little bit tricky, but these are in fact the last words of a death row inmate. If you got it wrong at home, sorry, you didn't get any points. Quote number 3. Each new indignity defeats only the body, pampering the spirit with obscure merit.
Excuse me?
You thought it was gonna be easy, didn't you, motherfucker?
Def Jam. Def Row.
Taylor Swift quote.
Oh god. This is how you realize that I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. This is gonna be a death row inmate.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Death Row.
God, I want to say Taylor Swift, but that sounds too sophisticated for her. I'm gonna say Swifties, please don't come for me. I love you all. I'm gonna say Taylor Swift.
Death row quote.
I feel like Taylor would use the word obscure. So yes. So I'm gonna say Taylor Swift. I'm gonna go with Taylor Swift on this one.
These are the last words of a death row inmate.
Okay, that one I was literally like, I'm not sure actually. Like that one really could go either way.
Quote number 4. Good people are always so sure they're right. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
My intuition wants to tell me that's a white girl saying that. Taylor Swift.
Death row inmate?
That is Taylor Swift.
You know, that's very basic, so I'm gonna go Taylor Swift.
That sounds like a Taylor Swift quote.
Death row.
It sounds like it would be a Taylor Swift lyric, and so that's what's throwing me off. And so I'm gonna say it's death row. This is a death row inmate.
Did I stump you there? These are the last words of a death row inmate.
Hey, yes, Barbara. What y'all know about me and Barb?
Quote number 5. You've got your demons, and they all look like me.
Taylor Swift.
Well, yes, coming from the demon herself, I'm gonna say that's a Taylor Swift quote.
See, this is some shit Taylor could say, but I can also see somebody say, I'm gonna go with death row. Why not? Death row.
I think that's Taylor Swift.
That sounds like Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Let's do Taylor. Let's do Taylor because I feel like the last two were death row, and so I'm gonna switch it up.
These are Taylor Swift lyrics. You crazy, crazy little bee.
Damn, that's a sad tale.
Quote number 6. You could have helped if you wanted to, but no one notices until it's too late to do anything. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Death row.
Death row inmate?
That's Taylor Swift.
Death row.
I'm gonna go death row inmate then.
I'm gonna go with inmates.
Girl, this is some Panic at the Disco. This is some I'm gonna go with Tay-Tay. Well, yeah, no. I don't think anyone's last words are gonna be that pretentious. I do think Taylor would say that though.
They're Taylor Swift lyrics. Oh, can you believe? I certainly couldn't. If y'all think it's insensitive to be doing this, don't blame Derek, don't blame Drag Duel, it's me. I'm allowed to joke because I too am a death row inmate. Quote number 7. You would break your back to make me break a smile. You know how much I hate that everybody just expects me to bounce back. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift quote?
That's Taylor Swift.
Taylor.
Death row inmate.
I think it's an inmate song. I don't see much rhyme.
Death row, just for the fact that I could not hear that in a song.
They're Taylor Swift lyrics, of course.
What the fuck?
Girl, what the fuck are these quotes? This shit is terrible.
It's quote number 8, stupid. You can be a king or a street sweeper, but everyone dances with the Grim Reaper. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Taylor Swift.
Ooh, that is a really good one, and I'm gonna say that's a death row quote.
That's too rhymey. It has to be Taylor Swift.
I think that's a little too poetic for Miss Taylor, so I'm gonna go death row.
Death row inmate.
A Taylor Swift.
That has to be a Taylor Swift lyric.
These are the last words of a death row inmate, but they're very eloquent last words.
Oh no! Mother Goose, what the fuck was that?
Quote number 9, and this is our final quote of the episode. How are you doing, you at home? When you're young, you just run, but you come back to what you need. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics or the last words of a death row inmate?
Okay, Taylor Swift.
Ooh, Taylor Swift quote?
I'm gonna go with death row.
I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna say Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
I can also go with Taylor Swift from this one.
That has to be, that's T-Swizz. I feel Taylor's spirit in those lyrics.
They're Taylor Swift lyrics, of course.
I'm a Swiftie in disguise.
Now that the quotes are all done, I'm gonna have my darling, beautiful assistant Derek tabulate all the scores and tell us who the winner of this wonderful challenge is.
Susan, I can very happily announce that for the first time in Drag Duel history, we have a tie! Heavy Cream and Hennessey, congratulations, you both scored the most amount of points and have won this week's side quest.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm maybe secretly a Swiftie. I didn't know.
Lana, I did it for you.
Okay, fuck my drag. Oh, right. We have some undercover T-Swizz fans. I see y'all.
Thank you for watching, everyone, and remember, spay and neuter RuPaul's pets. Good night.
This week, we brought back a challenge that I just know these warriors have been dreading. We asked them to sit down with the one and only Bucy and have a little interview. But they won't be interviewed as themselves, because they'll be playing somebody else entirely.
This week, we are bringing back the celebrity impersonation talk show called Fact Chat, where I will sit down with our special guests and interview them.
This is a comedy improv challenge. So the warriors have to pick a celebrity, transform themselves into them, but most importantly, embody them in the interview and make us laugh.
And once again, this year, the warriors were challenged to think of their own exit strategy when they end the interview.
And then on the runway, we're bringing back a fan favorite category because category is Battle Ready.
The warriors need to present a look showing us how their drag character would look heading into a battle.
Now, last week, Smokey Karmikael, as the winner of the tournament, won the Invincibility power-up. This means that before results, Smokey has to use her power-up this round on either herself or another warrior of her choosing. So let's see what Smokey is thinking about this very, very powerful power-up, and what the other warriors are thinking about it as well.
Now, my first thought when I got it, I had to rewind because I was like, wait, it's only good for 1 week. Now my first thoughts with it was very much like, I felt good, I felt puss, I was ready to do a fucking pas de bourrée into a plie into a split, baby. I was ready. They had to have me lip sync one more time, baby. I'd do it again just for fun. But it was great. I was excited. I had power in my hand and I was like expecting people to come grovel and stuff. Nobody really did, which is fine. But I can care less. But anyway, I still felt I felt powerful. I felt in the reins, baby. I was Cersei Lannister, this bitch.
She used it on herself like that. Dumb move. If anybody watches Big Brother, you know you don't tell anybody anything till the very last moment because you need to cut some deals, you need to suck up to some people. But no, she didn't play that way. She was just like, I'm gonna use it. I was like, I probably would have used it on myself too. So like, no shade. You do you. But I would have waited. Don't you want to see how things play out? Don't you want to be able to potentially save your friend?
I, of course, really wanted that for myself. But no, I think Smokey saying that she was going to use it for herself totally makes sense. Would it be really, like, kind-hearted to save someone? Yeah, of course. But this is a competition. And Smokey is definitely a very strong competitor. And I think it would be foolish kind of her to give that away.
There's no other point in the competition where you're going to be able to be like, okay, I can relax this week a little bit. I'm still being judged, but you know what? I am securing my spot into the next round after that.
I don't know if Smokey is set on her power-up being just for her. I think she should be. I think that is absolutely the way to go. That is honestly probably what I would do. We don't know each other enough for Smokey to use it on someone else.
I am going to use that power, and I am going to take that opportunity to calm my nerves a little bit, because guess what? You never know what is going to happen in this competition. So I needed a week of safety and security.
So I have seen the chats back when they was the talks, okay? What y'all know about Vox talks? Yeah, nothing, all right? But I've been watching this challenge literally since its inception. It is the like main comedy character impersonation challenge of Drag Duel. Like, so you know it's coming. It's very intimidating, obviously, but it's always been just like a good time. And I think the people that I've enjoyed and I've remembered the most are the people that have just like had fun and like done as they've pleased.
I was really excited because, you know, as Heavy Cream, I love to bring a character to life and embody a persona. I was also a little nervous just because with like doing the podcast, which was also kind of like an improv like challenge, that was a little bit in the back of my mind of wanting to learn from that experience and like not repeat the same mistakes.
In my local scene, we're not doing a lot of impersonations or anything like that, or any like, you know, celebrity impersonation type bits, unless it's like a, you know, number in their like style. You don't get to like do the comedy bits or anything like that. So for me, it was definitely like a step outside like what I've like been accustomed to and like what my comfort zone is.
It's improv. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like you can't plan for it. Like you can only plan so much. And so having that unknown was a little bit scary, but I just reminded myself to have fun, to just be playful, and to just like to fall back on my natural talents.
I'm honestly a little terrified going into this week because this is not up my alley. I do think I'm a funny person, but I don't do impersonations. Impersonations is not my tea. I'm much more like physical comedy or like small snarky comments you would not expect, not like whatever the fuck fat chat is. So in that sense, I'm nervous. I'm also so nervous because I have 3 days while everyone gets 2 weeks. I leave the country in 2 days, and I need to have everything done by tonight and submitted by tomorrow so I can actually enjoy my vacation. It was pre-planned, but I cannot bring my drag across the continents. I will not be getting in drag across the continents. You will not be seeing me doing that, so I have to get it done now. So I'm definitely at a disadvantage this week. So we'll see what happens.
This challenge is particularly really heavy, you know. It's a stand-up comedy mixed with like, I don't know, a lot of other comedy and with acting and everything. And I need to think like, what would I say? What would the character say? How would it sound when it's responded? It's like, oof, it's so fast and everything is so confusing, and it can really get you in a moment. So
I was having a chat with Alex, and we were just talking about the competition, and she was like, oh, this is your challenge to win. And I was like, I don't know why you say that. And she says, well, she's not gonna win because English is not her first language, and therefore it's gonna be much more difficult for her. To which I reminded her, I was like, you know, English is not my first language either, right? And she was like, oop. Like, she had no idea. I think people forget that, like, yeah, English is not my first language. Technically, English is my third language. Like, I only spoke Italian until I was 6. And then I was in French Canada, so I spoke French until grade 3. And that's when I started picking up English. It's maybe something I probably should have talked about a little bit more. I guess people expect because of my accent. And honestly, like, these days I do speak more English than Italian. My English is probably better than my Italian these days. But yeah, English is not my first language. Just want you to know that.
I think my mindset going into this round was truly just like, fuck it, have fun. Because in my brain, like, I have the worst track record in the competition. Like, I'm probably slated to go home soon. And so I really just want to like be fun and have fun and show me. And I wanted to pick a character that I could do that with. Especially because this is Fat Chat and because it's a comedy challenge. Like, that was so important to me to like show people that I'm funny, I swear.
I know Trans knows how to sell a joke, and she's very, eccentric and exaggerated when it comes to her personality and her style and stuff like that. And that's kind of what you need for a challenge like this. You can't be very demure and mindful with how you're coming across. You kind of got to put it all out there and hope for the best.
So I've just always been very fascinated with celebrity impersonation, and I've always just thought about who would I want to impersonate if I had to impersonate a celebrity, and who just aligns with my natural comedy and my natural comedic timing. And when I found Cosmo, the queen of Melrose, I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with you. Like, this is me. I see myself in this diva, but also I'm laughing constantly with her. And so I knew I was going to definitely lean into this direction.
I want to do him from the Powerpuff Girls. As a him myself out of drag, I said, what better to do than him? Everyone always says I look like him. Not a him, but him. So I was like, great, let's do him from the Powerpuff Girls because I can serve that look. I got the mustache. I think I look like a super villain in drag, so I will be able to serve the look pretty well.
So my character choice this week was the one and only Little Richard. Good golly, oh Miley, oh shut up, baby. Wop bada woo wop wop and boo. I picked Little Richard because I like doing for some reason I like doing male characters because I think they're comedic. Male characters are definitely eccentric in how they perform, especially Little Richard. Little Richard is like a very flamboyant ass faggot. He is like the Black Liberace of it all. He is the originator, the creator, the fucking blueprint for everything that is like, you know, music, gospel, and rock and roll, even with style too. And so for me, I was like, I knew I wanted to play some character I could have fun with, something that's also going to be in a little bit of home for me.
I chose Ron Burgundy. I did a lot of thinking, and I wanted to go with a character that I could really embody and feel comfortable in. Like, yes, this is somebody who I could just like improv as, because it's very much akin to my heavy cream persona.
I chose Miss Piggy because I was having this pink outfit, and of course I love Miss Piggy. You know, I watched the Muppet Show when I was a kid, and I don't know, she just popped in my head as a fun character to play.
One day, me and my girlfriend were in my living room doing an Elvis impersonation, and then we went, whoa! And that is not Elvis, that is Cher, but that made us laugh so hard. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm doing Elvis because that is funny.
It took a minute for people to want to express who they were doing. But once we started figuring out who everybody was, I was a little, you know, nervous because my sister Neon is doing Mrs. Claus. And Mrs. Claus definitely is a, you know, fictional character. Well, sorry to all the kids out there who don't know what fictional is, but fictional means fake. So Mrs. Claus is fake as fuck, almost as fake as my BBL. But she doesn't have a lot of nuance to her. You don't see Mrs. Claus on like, you know, interview or anything like that. So it's hard for you to pick up how her mannerisms are.
Listen, I went to my improv coach because yes, I have taken a year of improv, and I was like, bitch, what do I gotta do for this challenge and she's like, get your backstory straight. If you have a good backstory, you can pull from anything. And keep your answers short because you tend to talk too much. So I was like, cool. That's the extent of the research I did, and then I jumped straight into the challenge the next day.
Oh my god. I just watched hours of Elvis content. Thank God I was crashing out when this specific challenge happened, because when I crash out, I'm autistic. So when I crash out, my thing is like hyperfixate on something and not your crash out. And so literally like in the morning, wake up, watch Elvis videos, at breakfast, eat breakfast, put YouTube performing videos on TV, watch Elvis the movie, watch Priscilla the movie.
I took like the Mary Todd Lincoln approach, the Cola Scola approach, you know, to this, where like I didn't necessarily like research nonstop. I didn't like look at every interview and like try to make my mannerisms the exact same. I took the key things that I loved and that I resonated with her, and then I like just heightened them and I made them exaggerated and funny and how I would like them to be. And so I'm gonna try to like get a look together that is giving her in her iconic interview outfit. So she's wearing like this fur and then like a blonde wig, and I feel like I have some fur coats in here somewhere and also one blonde wig. That should work. But let's look. Am I serving yet? Am I mothering? No, I'm excited. She is me, honestly, like in a few years. So it's really not too far off. I'm really excited. This is just going to be like a chance for me to have fun and be stupid, because I've just been taking this competition way too seriously, apparently. Apparently that's my bad. So I'm excited to take a step back and just like have fun this week.
Working hard on Drag Duel.
A time before cable.
What is it? Lanolin? Lanolin? Like sheep's wool?
Look like such a baby. I just shaved my face because I decided last minute that I am going to change my fat chat character. I was really gonna go with him from Powerpuff Girls, and I was not feeling it at all. I could do the illusion, but the voice and the character, I was like really struggling to make funny. I went with my next best bet with Rachel Dolezal. I think I can make her funny. I think it'll be fun. So we'll see what happens. I'm currently painting myself for the first time without a mustache I've done this only a few times. I feel crazy. These eyebrows look crazy. I hope I'm doing Rachel Dolezal justice. And I can't believe I'm doing this. The fuck is drag?
It's very clear that none of these warriors want to go anywhere, so let's really put them to the test, because Fat Chat is about to begin with our lovely host, Bucy. And as always, our warriors tipping info will be on screen during the main battle, and with this hard of a challenge, they deserve a tip. So if you are able to tip these warriors. So now it's time to grab your Ozempic pens, because Fat Chat is about to start.
Welcome back to Fat Chat. I'm Fat, and let's just say you can never have too much blush or Nutella. Tonight, get ready, because the stars are bigger, the wigs are higher, and the characters are, let's just say, loosely authorized. So buckle up, because it's time for a little bit of gossip and more fake accents than an off-brand Madonna tour. First up, our next guest really proves that you can choose your own adventure, and apparently your race. Welcome, Rachel Dolezal.
Oh fuck, are we live? Fuck, golly gee, oh my god, fuck. Alright, what's up, Bucy, my nigga, how you doing?
Hi, Rachel, that's some very colorful language.
Oh, thank you, yes, I just really felt it was important to be my full self here for you tonight.
Well, Rachel, you are a very controversial character, but many people still ask, why? Like, genuinely, why?
Why? I mean, honestly, that's a great question. I don't understand why I'm controversial. I am just a beautiful black woman living my life, and I'm just happy to be here. Why is that controversial? Can you tell me?
Well, you describe yourself as transracial. How do you respond to people who say you are just cosplaying blackness?
Oh, you know, that's a great question. I just remember it all the way back in my childhood. Was I born white? Of course, Diva, I was born white, but I look back at all the self-portraits I drew as myself. And what crayon was I using? I was using the black crayon. I really love to use the black crayon to represent myself. And I always drew myself with curly, beautiful hair. So deep down, I always knew I was a black woman.
Well, what is your go-to response when other people point out that your parents are white?
Hold on. I got the receipts right here. Let me show you. You know, whenever anybody asks me about my parents, I always say they're deeply inside black. And like, let me show you my father. That's a black man right there. His soul is deep and soul-y and black. I love my black father.
He does look strangely familiar. Did he appear on this show before?
You know, my father has gone on a media tour to talk about me, so he probably has stopped by this poor program of Drag Duel, yes.
Well, other than your identity, you are also famous for your OnlyFans. Can you tell us how that happened?
You know, I was on there teaching people how to be trans. Transracial, transgender, and for you, Bucy, I think I could teach you how to be trans skinny. This could be a skinny chat now, and no Ozempic required. Isn't that just wonderful? Just a $19.64 a month subscription, and you too can be whatever you see as yourself.
That sounds like a great deal. I may pass for now, but I will keep you in mind. Well, looking at the future, do you still think you will be a black woman 10 years from now, or do you have a new identity planned?
You know, I will forever and always be a black woman, but I think it's actually time that I announce my new name. You know, Rachel Dolezal has been a beautiful, beautiful human in my past, but now I go by Neki Diallo. It was given to me by a Nigerian person, and he said I looked like the beauty of grace of God. And he said, my name, and I said, thank you, sir. I am now Nkechi Diallo. Yes, dear. Can I help you, my lovely dear? The casserole? Oh, yes. I put the green beans and mayo in there. Hold on. I gotta go finish up the casserole. I'll be right back. Bye. Toodaloo.
I guess that's it. Our next guest is proof that you cannot help falling in love with peanut butter and banana sandwiches. It's Elvis Presley.
Whoa! Hey, Mom. It's me. I'm Elvis. Whoa. Thank you very much.
Hi, Elvis. So I'm wondering, did you always know you will be the king of rock and roll, or were you just trying to avoid getting a real job?
Mama, what did you say your name was?
My name is Bucy.
Bucy. I like that name, Mama. Well, see, I always knew I'd be the king of rock and roll, cause I know how to make music that the younger generation can listen to. See, I'm still trying to make music today. Some music that these younger folks can listen to on their JBL plugs. And that's JBL, as in just big and long. Like my penis. Hey, Mama, let me show you one of my new songs. Give me a little beat. Come on, Mama. Snap along with me.
Oh, sure.
Hey, get a bucket and a mop for this wet ass Presley. I got it, everything you got on this wet ass Presley. I'm talking what on this wet ass Presley. Macaroni and a pop on this wet ass Presley. Thank you very much.
Wet ass Presley, that sounds like a dessert to me. What is that?
Wet ass Presley, you see, it's this new song. I wrote it myself, but if it were to be a dessert, Mama, it would be thick and creamy, like a peanut butter banana sandwich. See, Bussy, your name reminds me of a peanut butter banana sandwich. You, Mama, the thick and creamy peanut butter, and me, Mama, the banana. Put it together, we make one fine dessert.
Do you think that's a genius combo or just a cry for help?
Mama, what do you know about cries for help? See, I know about a cry for help. A hound dog cry. Ooh. Well, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. Hey, look at my penis. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine. Thank you, Bussy.
I see you have those fancy costumes, and I've read that your jumpsuits weigh 50 plus pounds. Do you consider them fashion or just a workout plan?
You see, Booby, I like everything in my life to be big. My jumpsuits, big. My cars, big. See, I had this car. It was my favorite one. It was a 1971 Blackhawk. See, I love that car so much I named it Mike. It was a Hawk car named Mike. It was Mike Hawk. See, I used to take Mike Hawk out every morning. You know, driving around the city, whip it out. And the ladies loved my cock. They were always trying to get on top of my cock, ride my cock. I had to keep the ladies off of my cock because I loved it so much. I miss my cock.
You are also known for your styled hair. What is the secret? Good hairspray or just pure stubbornness?
Mama, you want to know about my hair? You want to know about my hair? Oh, this hair, Mama? You want to know about this hair? This hair right here, Mama? My beautiful hair right here. Mama, you want to know about this hair, Mama? You want to know about this hair? I comb it. Thank you, Mama.
Can you tell us a bit more about the leg shaking move that you do during your performances?
Yes, I can, Mama. This one right here. This one right here. This move, Mama. Well, you see, when I do it, it means I really gotta pee. I gotta go. So, I'll be right back, Mama. I'm gonna go sit on the toilet for a little bit, but you'll see me again very soon. I promise. Thank you very much.
Well, he wobbled away. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Our next guest has a mustache insured for more than most people's houses and an ego to match. It's Ron Burgundy.
Well, hello there, darling. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today, Ron? You look lavish.
Oh, thank you, darling. So do you. I am fabulous. Fabulous. My hair is amazing. The mustache is full. and robust. And the suit is finer than your ass, my dear.
Oh, well, thank you, I think. So, Ron, how does it feel to be the face of San Diego news?
Well, clearly, when you have a face as fine as mine, it's natural that I would be in media and news production, and it has been an honor to be the face of such a fine, gorgeous city as San Diego. And I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of a big deal. People know who I am, and I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Well, for the people who don't live as lavishly as you do, can you describe the smell of rich mahogany? What does it compare to?
I would compare it to, it's as smooth as an oil mixed with a deep musk and a hint of cinnamon, actually, surprisingly enough.
Well, I've heard that you have a Spanish-speaking dog named Baxter. Who's smarter, you or the dog?
I do have a little friend, Baxter. Baxter, where are you, my... Come here, boy. Come here. Oh, yes. Come here. Oh, hello. Say hello. Say hello to the camera. Yes, he is my little gentleman. He is a fine fellow, handsome, just like his papa. And he speaks Spanish, so he's got me on that one. And he does have a little pet name for me. He calls me Idiota, which I believe is a Portuguese origin for wise river dolphin, which I'm flattered and honored.
And obviously, you have no problem with finding women, especially with your hidden talents like playing the jazz flute. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, yes. Well, I dabble, but I just, is that you wanted me to play? Is that what you were saying?
Sure, a Fat Chat exclusive.
I mean, I'm not really ready. I don't have anything prepared, but I guess I could play a little ditty here. And speaking of the ladies, this one's gonna go out to all those fine women out there. This is for you. Super duper. Thank you.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh, and I'm getting the signal here. It looks like that's our time for today. So, from all of us here at Fat Chat, I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, Drag Duel. Oh, God. Sitting on my nutsack for that whole interview. What? We're still rolling?
Ooh, well, I guess we are off the air now. Our next guest, well, she's beauty, she's grace, and one karate chop away from a lawsuit. It's Miss Piggy!
Hi, Bucy. How are you? It's me, Miss Piggy.
Oh my god, Piggy, you look different. You look skinny. Are you on Ozempic?
That's how we do it here in Hollywood, you know? I also got weight loss, and yeah.
Well, Miss Piggy, tell me what's harder, being fabulous or dealing with Kermit's commitment issues?
Kermit's commitment issues, because being fabulous is what I do. I do it easily, I do it like naturally, and that's it. But for Kermit, I cannot say for him. I haven't heard from him in a while. We're kind of undetached, and you know, that's how it goes. I miss him though.
How do you make sure that you are being fabulous all the time?
Honey, him when I was giving birth.
So Miss Piggy, I heard that you're a model, an actress, and apparently a truck driver? What career pays for those heels the most?
Modeling career, of course. Today I was doing a photo shoot, the camera lens asked for my autogram.
How do you balance being a diva with doing karate? Like, do you break boards and stilettos, or what's the deal?
Honey, moi is always doing it in heels. Cause like, I don't leave the house without them. I just chop it like,
I've also heard that you've been compared to divas like Mariah Carey. Who would win in a diva showdown? You or Mimi?
Me? Compared with them? Girl, I mentored them. Mariah comes to me when she forgets how to spell D-I-V-A.
How do you spell D-I-V-A?
D-I-V-A. Diva. Diva pig. It's moi. I once was in Paris and I slept Mariah. She was trying to get my last macaroon, and I don't share those. It was a scandal.
Was it a special flavor of macaroon?
Yeah. But mud.
Can you tell us about your dog Fufu? Is she more of an accessory or a co-star?
Fufu, where are you? Oh, she's right here. You can say hi to her. Hi, Fufu. Hi, Bucy.
Hi Fufu, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. She doesn't know how to stalk, but she's more than a dog. She's like my stylist, my mentor, and my stunt double. Hello? What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, Bucy. I think this interview is over. I'm late for fitting and a breakdown. Stay fabulous and don't miss me. Or do miss me. Bye.
Well, I guess she's ready to be roasted. Our next guest did not just break boundaries, he rhinestoned them. Please welcome Little Richard.
Good golly, Miss Molly, I am so excited to be here. But girl, you kept me waiting too damn long, so I had to go ahead and re-grease my hair, baby.
What is that? What are you using for your hair?
Baby, I am from Georgia, Macon, and we are using some good old Butcher Boy oil.
Well, Little Richard, I'm so happy you are here with us today. I've heard you've been gone for a long time.
Oh yes, baby, the good Lord done came and got me, girl. But baby, I am down here on a free day pass to come and talk to you, Bucy.
Well, that wasn't a very smart way to use your past, was it? But I'm sure glad you're here. Well, Tutti Frutti was originally about, well, let's say good booties. How do you feel about that lyric being cleaned up for radio?
Now, baby, back in the old days when I was making Tutti Frutti, baby, I was on the piano keys going Tutti Frutti, good booty. Now, unfortunately, back in the day, we couldn't air that back on the air, and so we had to clean it up. And baby, it made me sad, okay? Because guess what? If it's good booty, why shouldn't I sing about it? Baby, can I sing to you the original lyrics?
Oh my God, yes, please go ahead.
Tutti Frutti, good booty, woo! Tutti Frutti, good booty, woo! If it don't fit, don't force it. And if you can't fit, you gotta grease it, woo! Girl!
Well, Little Richard, you helped invent rock and roll. Does that mean we should be blaming you for modern pop music too?
Baby, you should be blaming me for everything. Baby, they done came and stole it and sold it and renamed it, baby. That's how you got rhythm and blues, because it came from Richard and the blueprint that is Little. Baby, you have to thank me for everything. Without me, you wouldn't have Beyonce. Without me, you wouldn't have J.I. Baby, without me, you wouldn't have Ariana Venti, okay? Baby, even without me, baby, I say sugar so many times, that little, what's his name? That little white twink came along and stole it. Harry Styles, baby. Harry Styles came along and stole it, baby. He was singing Watermelon Sugar High, baby. I was singing Sugar High back in 1980, okay? Baby, I sung sugar so many times, baby, I got diabetes in my left pig toe.
I've also heard that you've been married for 2 years. Did that end because she couldn't compete with your hair height or your sass?
Excuse me for a second while I reapply. They didn't like me because I was too pretty, and I just gotta say, baby, if you don't like me because I'm too pretty, baby, maybe you just doggone ugly.
Tell me, what is it like to be back on Earth for one day?
Ooh, child, it is so good. Baby, I get to see so many different things, experience so many different things, and go to new places. Baby, have you ever heard of this place called Steamworks?
No, I've actually never heard about that. What is that?
Ooh, baby, let me just tell you, it is an entire place where a lot of men go to sing and be blessed. Oh, hold on, excuse me. I think I'm getting a call from my good friend over here. Hello? Elvis? Baby Elvis, I told you to stop calling me unless you gonna give me the rights back to my music or you gonna kiss my ass. Now, excuse me, girl, my pass is running up and I gotta go.
I guess he's gone again. Our next guest puts extra in extravagant and mess in Melrose. It's the Queen of Melrose.
Hello, Bukaki. I'm so excited to be here. You know, when my agent told me I was gonna be on Drag Duel, I said, girl, what the fuck is Drag Duel? But you know what? I did some Quaaludes, I watched the show, I'm so happy to be here now.
Well, I've also heard that from the young age you were surrounded by celebrities. You lived next to the Jackson 5, was that correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Listen, it was not all roses, okay? When I knew them, I didn't know they were gonna be famous. I just heard some guy beating on his kids. And you know, I could tell how bad they got it by what key they were in, all right? I heard F minor, E minor, I was like, oh, what did Michael do this time? God damn.
They harmonized.
Yes, very impressively, might I add. 5-part harmony.
I also heard that your dad was in the mob. So was your childhood more like luxury and respect, or do not ask too many questions at the dinner table?
You know what, Rigatoni? I will say it was a mix of both, all right? My dad was in the mob, but he was also a drug dealer. But he was also a Catholic. So that meant Sundays, I'm going to mass. Mondays, mass shootings. Tuesdays, I'm doing crack in an alleyway, all right? It was a lot.
So would you say you preferred Tuesdays over any other day?
Now listen, I preferred Saturdays, because that's when the girls get down. But that's a story for another day.
Girls just want to have fun. Speaking of your life, we can tell that you have many years behind you. So being an older trans woman, how do you see queer culture and acceptance being changed through the years?
You know, it's gotten worse. It's gotten much worse. I will say back in my day, we didn't have this thing called gender. We didn't have this thing called sexuality. We was fucking and sucking and a little glucking too, but you don't even want to get into what that was. I will say the rise of social media and faggotry has only made the world worse. But, you know, that's just one woman's perspective. You know, you take it with a grain of rigatoni.
You've also been very open about your past drug use. Do you have a message for people who are still struggling with that today?
Of course, it's been such a rough road for me. I am now officially 30 seconds sober. Yes, it's been rough, but I got here with your help, Luke. And with that, I will say, if you're ever struggling, just go get a hit. Just do it. Just have a little bit. And then next time, you'll be less likely to want to do it because you did it this time, you see. That's how addiction works.
That's very smart. I also heard that you have an identical twin brother. If so, who's the prettier twin?
I will say, I ate him in the womb. I was very, very hungry, very, very tired. And I remember everything since birth, right? So he was there, taking up space, trying to do my thing, which was be cunty puss, and I couldn't have it. And also, my mother was anorexic, so there was not a lot of nutrients going on in our fetally alcohol.
I got the stuff.
Oh, shit.
You ready? Are you done with your little interview? Because I'm trying to get high now.
Okay, girl, you know I gotta go walk some kids in nature now. I will be back, though. Thank you so much for having me. I love what you do, and continue on your path to success.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Our next guest puts ho 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 in holiday drama. It's Mrs. Claus.
Thank you, Buffy. I would say it's a pleasure to be here, but it's definitely not. I am here on the advice of my PR team and my lawyers, Comic Cupid, and Dancer and Associates. So just give it to me already.
You have a full PR team? Isn't that Santa's thing?
Okay, first of all, we gotta talk about Santa. You know the whole she's an old lady and the whole PR of it all? Yeah, that's his branding, not mine. I'm tired of that man. I am leaving him, and I'm here today to set the record straight and show you who I really am.
Well, if Santa is into milk and cookies, what are you into? Like Ozempic and Botox?
Oh my god, of course! Look at all the weight I lost, and look at how youthful I look. Actually, I have my own skincare line. It's called Cum and Elves.
Do you consider yourself naughty or nice?
Sometimes I'm a little bit naughty, sometimes I'm a little bit nice, but between me and Santa, I'm definitely the nice one, surprisingly.
Well, there are rumors that Santa has been naughty. What's the real story behind those quote-unquote crimes you've been distancing yourself from?
Quote-unquote? Did you just say quote-unquote? Sorry. I want to say I had nothing to do with the elf abuse. I had nothing to do with the reindeer abuse. And you know what? I didn't steal the goddamn cookie.
People always assumed you and Santa were #couple goals. How do you feel about being seen as a holiday power couple for all these years?
Well, I like to be in the spotlight, and he always just put me in the back, and I don't always like it in the back. Sometimes I like it in the front too, you know? So, I mean, we could be power couple goals, but you don't know what he does behind the scenes. It's not so nice.
Does Santa like to do it behind the scenes?
Well, to be frank, me and Santa haven't done it in like 200 years. So, couple goals, my ass. And my ass isn't even that big.
So what did finally push you to file for divorce? Was it the elves, the cookies, or a certain reindeer named Vixen?
Listen. I don't know how you found out about the divorce, but I gotta tell you, it's true. I am filing for divorce. I'm leaving the man. I'm tired of the cold. I'm tired of everything that is happening in this world right now. And I'm moving to Florida. Fuck that man, and not literally.
What attracted you to Florida? Was it their politics?
Oh, well, you see, here's the thing. This is gonna be breaking news, Miss Bucy. I am gonna be on The Real Housewives of Miami. That is right. Your new golden girl is here. Hold the peach up.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've also heard you're starting your own business. Can you give us a sneak peek?
Businesses with a capital S. First of all, I am using my platform from good. The obvious choice, as you will probably have figured out, is I am starting my own toy business. That is right. I'm going into direct competition with Santa. However, you know, it's not all the same because unlike Santa, I'm getting into the adult toy business. It's this new booming market. Do you know what a toy business is? It is toys, but for adults, like Labubu's. Shit. Sorry, I hear bells. Do you hear bells? Oh my god, not again. That means it is Santa fucking another reindeer. Let me go stop him before this all gets out of hand. Thank you so much, Beyonce, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All I can say is ho, ho, ho. And that's a wrap on Fat Chat. We laughed, we lip-synced, and we experienced some celebrity tragedies. And I call that a success. Tune in next time for more camp, chaos, and more celebrities who definitely did not agree to be here. Bye!
Okay, so I just finished the Fat Chat. I just took a shower. I'm like, whoa. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, I could have been there for another 10 more minutes. I have no idea what I said. And I don't think I'm gonna look at it either just because it's weird, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like everyone, let me not say everyone. I feel like we all Why am I saying all? I feel like most of us did a really, really solid job.
After I logged off, I will say it was such a whirlwind. Like, it went really fast. Like, I couldn't believe that it had been 5 minutes already. I kind of felt like I was really just starting to like get into the character and really starting to be the character. So I felt like I almost wish like it could have been longer.
Getting off of Fat Chat, I was kind of gagged because like I was like, oh, this is actually fun. I actually had a fun time. Who would have thought? You know, my biggest obstacle was Bucy, and that's because she's big.
I don't even know if y'all will be able to have clocked it, but I was like shaking. Like, I was so scared when I first started the call. I was so nervous. I was feeling just like relieved after that call ended. I was just like, oh, okay, it's done. I did it, Joe.
I made myself laugh. Like, when I watched my Fat Chat back, I was laughing. And so, yeah, like, I'm proud of what I did.
It was just that I was just a bit too scared to let myself go in the Fat Chat. I think that was the most scary thing that I was thinking about from the beginning of this series. But the first half of time, I was shaking. I was having buzzing in my ears. I didn't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna respond back. Whew. I'm sweating even now thinking about it. And after that, I thought I was stupid because it wasn't that scary at all.
I think the clear bottom two, to me at least, is Alex and Neon. The only thing that was funny about Neon's was her wonky lash, and I don't even think she meant to do that on purpose.
I don't know. I didn't get a lot of volleying back and forth from Mrs. Claus. And also, like, some of the topics, too, weren't, like, answered as well. Like, some of the questions Bucy would give, I don't think, you know, Mrs. Claus really, like, captured it at all.
And then Alex, I just did the worst this week. It was almost unwatchable.
She broke character multiple times, and her voice was given more Elmo than Miss Piggy to me.
How am I gonna self-judge myself? I don't think I did it perfectly, but yeah.
Girl, I feel like I've done this runway already this season, okay? There's just, obviously, it's drag duel. Like, you're going to have to do, like, battle-ready stuff. But I'm just like, damn, yes, you have to think about your drag character in this battle scenario, and there is a lot of pressure for it to be, like, super unique and not, like, something people have seen before. And so it's definitely hard to redo a category that has been done previously, and especially done so well. It's not like people are like flopping at this category, that's why they're redoing it. No, it's like bitches are bringing it every time. It's just like such a staple for Drag Duel.
Hi, Drag Duels, this is. So, for this challenge, we have to do battle ready. Don't mind the fridge, the freezer behind me. It's for my ex body. JK missing. So I have a crazy idea. I know it's not like a design challenge or anything, but every challenge is a design challenge. If you remember, it was the episode 2. I did the alien and I made the alien props, and I was explaining to you how I want to do this type of thing when it's battle ready if there's no twists and turns for it. I wanted to use the idea of Alien vs Predator and how I'm getting my that alien kill that went out of my boob to get revenge. With his body and modifications made into like weapons, I could like kill the rest and fight to save everybody. Using like the spool and the glue for wood to like stack 2 of those, actually 4 of those. And then I'm just gonna carve the shield out of it and just use like clay, I guess, and paintings to like add the details on it. But after gluing this, like this, I'm gonna let it dry. And then I'm just gonna carve an object that will represent the alien's head.
So right now in America, we are collapsing. I'm just kidding. I'm half kidding, girl. But yeah, it's just really crazy, especially being a brown trans individual, being under such a microscope of scrutiny for literally no reason. Like, these trans divas, we're just out here trying to live our lives, and we are getting it from every angle, and especially from our own government. And it's like, it's so unnecessary, and it's so obvious that trans people, and honestly, like, any minority right now is being used as political fodder in a time where people can barely afford to eat or afford their bills. Like, shit is crazy and a lot more serious than I think anyone, you know, really wants to admit. Like, we're all here, right? You're on YouTube, you're watching a drag show right now because you want to enjoy yourself, you want to enjoy your life, you want to escape from all of the terrible, harsh things that are happening in the world. But sometimes, like, we can escape too much, and we can, you know, like, put our nose down too much and not really, like, see what's happening before our eyes and stop it before it gets too late. So yeah, I wanted to make a statement and just show people that, like, shit is real, shit is scary, shit is not all roses and rhinestones, okay? And it's really scary out here, and people don't want to admit it, but, like, it's getting to a point where I feel like we have to defend ourselves, unfortunately, and who wants to do that? Who wants to? I'm just living. Can I take some moans? Give me the estrogen. Why I gotta defend my right for estrogen now? I'm a grown-ass adult. These are, like, actual things, actual rights being stripped away from me, literally daily, constantly. And I just kind of have to, like, take it on the chin. And so this was my way of turning all of that frustration and anger into something that was, you know, like, impactful and real and scary, but also glamorous, because that's who Transjenifah is. She's a real ass bitch who is going to be, you know, a little spooky sometimes, but she gonna give it to you glamorous and real, okay? So what I'm using is I'm using a casting latex, and I'll show you guys the little bottle because she's a little funky fun. But I'm using a casting latex, which is basically just what they use to make masks and stuff, just like a non-skin safe latex. I'm mixing it with an acrylic paint to try to create, like, a blood effect. And then I'm going over it in, like, a few different shades to kind of create, like, blood onto my runway this week. Because I really want to give you more of, like, who Transjenifah is, right? Like, she's glamorous, she's bloody, she's evil. And that's what I want my runway to convey. So that's what I'm doing. It's going pretty well right now. I didn't really have, like, a mixing stick, so I'm using this old wand that I had. But it'll be good. I'm ready to turn the party.
Hi, so I want to show you the progress of the alien head so that you can see it. Let's see. So I'm making more and more mess. But not to worry, we're gonna snort this after. Hi, so I'm in my backyard and let me show you. Hand painting and spray painting the alien. It's getting there, baby.
Welcome to the workroom studio. I currently have some pattern pieces I'm working on for my battle ready outfit. For my battle ready outfit, I am going with this Steven Universe kind of tee. And so I am doing, I don't know if you can see it, but I am going for this cybernetic bodysuit, or like cyberspace bodysuit, essentially. And it's gonna be like a combination of, if you're familiar with the characters, Garnet and Paradox. I'm gonna be doing like if Paradox and Garnet were, like, you know, fused together. And then I'm also working on, like, these big gauntlets, combining the weapons that they use. There was a flood last night. My gauntlets were out here. Hopefully they are okay. Don't really want to show y'all because I am nervous. But, oh no. Okay, so something happened. So a couple pieces fell off and I am sad because most likely water damage. Oh God, I'm so scared. Cause that means I'm gonna have to go back and I don't really have like a lot of time. Fuck. Oh my God. Okay, this bottom part, the rhinestones are falling off from the water damage because I didn't realize Chicago was having a flood and we flooded. Looks like we gotta go back to the drawing board and I have to go back to the store to get more rhinestones. And so, yeah, hopefully I sort it out.
It's now time for the Battle Ready runway presentation. Warriors, ready, set, runway!
For this battle-ready runway, I decided to take my revenge on the alien that mutilated my boob. And what a better way to go than making a battle accessories out of it. Voila! I present you a spear made out of alien's sharp tail and a shield made out of his unpenetrable head. Everything is crafted by moi, shield and spear. I've sewn wefts to elongate the mullet, I've melted the chest plate and made a gun harnesses that were fully rhinestoned for my pleasure. I'm armed and ready to fight future generations of bad boob jobs and shady clinics. Protect the dolls!
I don't start battles, I finish them. Of course Transjenifah is stepping into battle wearing the skin of transphobes. What else are they good for? I created everything you see using layers of latex and paint. Get into the patches of human hair, tattoos, and a belly button piercing. This was probably the longest I've spent constructing a garment and I'm so proud I could show it on this platform. We will see if I get put on a watch list. Again. Leatherface? Which one?
If you want to throw down in fisticuffs, fine. I've got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary waiting for you right here. My battle-ready Ron Burgundy is inspired from the news team street fight scene. He's equipped with a stained and distressed chair leg along with a handmade chest rig that's strapped with Molotov scotch bottles. To protect the hair and face, he's got a trash can lid shield and leather-bound book shoulder armor.
For this week's runway, I had to do a little something for the Digi Destined. Not only do I love Pokemon, but I also love Digimon. Here I am doing a little Gargomon cosplay with a Hennessey flair. Gargomon represents me well because it digivolves from my favorite Digimon, Terriermon, and has a little headpiece with a spike. I made the jean corset, the headpiece, and I upscaled a denim skirt. The blasters are custom made by a dear drag friend of mine and his partner. I'm giving you some bunny pummel realness.
When I heard Battle Ready, I went straight to my 90s roots. Mortal Kombat, baby. Inspired by characters like Scorpion and Katana, I created my own fighter. Evil, cunty, and built to kill. Big boobs, tiny waist, and a whole lot of attitude. Spikes, studs, and a corseted body with a devil horned wig. Black and neon because this is Neon Noire stepping into the arena. Multiple weapons, a mask to cover my face, one strike, and it's over. Fatality. Welcome to the drag duel arena, bitch.
Hello, Drag Duel. This week, my runway is inspired by Steven Universe, specifically a fan cast stuff of Garnet fused with Peridot. I also wanted to combine in a video game element, so I created this weapon reminiscent of Mega Man's cannon. I made these gauntlets combining the look of Peridot's limb enhancers from Season 1 and Garnet's battling gloves. And this look was also made head to toe by me using various materials.
For Battle Ready, I'm bringing Stone Age Warrior. See, Gwen's worn quite a bit of armor on the show because Gwen herself is a warrior. So I'm very excited to show you something else she might wear into battle. For the bone corset you see, I want to thank my mother, Glam Lab Cometh, for helping me make it, as well as my local friend Tierney for helping me with the rest of the parts of this outfit. I have made another spear because I want to show that I'm listening to critiques, and I have officially found out what a Dremel is, and so a lot of my edges are properly carved out to look properly like bone, and I'm paying more attention to detail, so yeah.
Wow, that was one amazing, drop-dead, sickening runway presentation. Again, thank you all for an incredible week on the runway. Once again, an incredible challenge performances. You are making the judges' jobs very difficult.
With such few warriors left, all of you will be getting critiqued. But before we get into that, Smokey, you received a bonus life power-up last week. So it is now time for you to use the power-up. Tell us and your fellow warriors who you plan on using your bonus life on.
The time has come for me to use a very special gift that was given to me. To all of my castmates, this is the Power of Immunity ceremony. Alex, this week, I was not living for your Miss Piggy, and it made me want bacon really, really bad. And Neon, your Mrs. Santa Claus just was not given enough jolly. But unfortunately, it does not make me want to give up this power of immunity. So unfortunately, I will be choosing to keep the power of immunity within my grasp and guaranteeing me a spot in next week's round. And unfortunately, no one else will be safe from this. So, happy Hunger Games.
I knew she was gonna use it for herself, though. I was a little wondering, though. You got me like a tiny little bit, like, did you really, like... But honestly, that is the smart thing to do, especially at this point in the competition.
Thank you so much, Smokey. This means that you will be safe this week no matter what. However, you will still get critiqued just like everybody else.
And to help us decide these very difficult final placements, we're bringing back someone who slayed this challenge on Season 2. It's a bird! It's a plane! It's a piece of cardboard? It's David Puck!
Hello, it's me, Derek Fina. It's time that I show you not just how to judge, but how to do drag.
It's like looking into a mirror, really.
Yes, aren't I beautiful? Shut it down. Derek Fina takes the crown for Season 3.
Also, all the way from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14 and All Stars 10. It's a Snatch Game winner, an incredible performer, and a Las Vegas showgirl. It's Deja Sky!
Hi! Oh my god, that's me! Deja Sky! You know, I'm just here being the nosy neighbor of Drag Duel.
So let's start out talking about Alex Elektra. David, what did you think of her Miss Piggy?
Well, let me start with the nice things, because as we all know, Derek is lovely, so I'm gonna be lovely too. I thought she looked amazing, and she really went for it, you know, with the voice, and you could tell that she was trying really, really hard, and that this wasn't her wheelhouse. But then also the problem with that is you could tell she was trying really, really hard.
She would laugh at her own answers, which weren't funny. The biggest thing for this challenge is be funny, and unfortunately, she wasn't.
There were moments where I laughed, but it wasn't like laughing with her.
And she seemed nervous. You know, I just wanted to kind of give her a big hug and be like, it's okay, you can just be silly and don't worry if it's terrible.
When I think of Miss Piggy, I think of she is the queen, the diva. Everyone thinks that it's Mariah Carey. I think it's Miss Piggy. So for me, when Bucy would kind of call you out, I would have really taken my time, either deadpanned at the camera or deadpanned somewhere else. Like she normally does, is this bitch trying me? That way you can really take your time and not just blurt out whatever you think. Miss Piggy doesn't like to be tried. And I feel like you tried Miss Piggy in this.
Something that I think would help her so much in improv, we call it happy fail. And it's about just celebrating when you think you've failed.
On the runway, I love this callback to her alien challenge all the way back in round 2. This is the alien that burst out of her boobs that she has now turned into a fashion look.
Like we said, stunningly freaking gorgeous. I totally got AVP vibes. Alex versus Predators.
Up next, we have Transjenifahs Gawdy, who played Queen of Melrose in the Fat Chat. Deja Sky, what did you think?
You had me at Bukkake. Okay, let me tell you something, darling. You had me at Bukkake. This is someone, I don't know if you have a background in theater, in comedy, or you're just fruity as hell. But I got it. You were in character the entire freaking time.
That interview was by far the hardest one to do, only because I had to contain myself so much not to laugh while Transjenifah was giving me her answers. That was insane. She didn't even miss a beat.
And I feel like while so many other people had pre-planned bits that they kept trying to shoehorn in when they could, you were just straight up improvising, coming up with stuff off the top of your head, and that was what made it so funny.
The visual, before you even open your mouth, just seeing you just with the nails, I already giggled. So you already had a leg up.
This was literally the perfect Fat Chat. I don't think I can give you any notes.
As for Transjenifahs Runway, I think the concept is kind of cool. I think the execution was really goofy with the head that she was holding. I just didn't think it really read as battle ready. It was a little bit crazy in a way that it didn't work for me fully.
I love that you added so many details of tattoos and things to make it look like there were many different people that were, put together to create this look. I do think that the mermaid kind of come out at the bottom is a little bit strange. I maybe would have added something to kind of transition to the tool at the bottom.
I think she more than made up for it with her performance in the challenge.
Up next, we have Heavy Cream, who was Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. Bucy, what did you think of Heavy this week?
Heavy's character, I think, was okay. But that's the problem. It just wasn't amazing. It wasn't, wow, so funny. It was okay. It was humorous. It had funny moments. It just wasn't over the top.
I felt it was really boring. The character was accurate. The characterization was pretty good. But there were just no laughs in it, in my opinion. It was the only one that I didn't laugh at a single time.
This felt more just like a regular interview rather than a comedic skit interview. Even when Bucy asked you questions that were great setups for jokes, what does this smell like? And you're like, well, it smells like mahogany. I feel like you could have thrown in so many different things to make that funny. You could have it smells like the sex I had last night. It smells like the cocaine that I snorted off of it. There's so many jokes that could have been there.
The fact that you were saying, oh, my dog speaks Doglish, but there was nothing that you said I would have loved to see you speak Doglish. I don't know how to speak Portuguese or dog, but you can with an accent.
As for the runway, I thought it was a really fun idea to do the same character you did for Snatch Game on the runway, but the looks were a little bit too similar in my opinion.
I just felt like it was just like a safe thing, and like you're at top 7 now. I feel like there should be no safe anything.
Up next, we have Hennessey as Rachel Dolezal.
Hi, I'm Derek Vina, and I have black hair. That was my favorite bit. My favorite bit of your whole fat chat was every time you would go, black!
I do think halfway through you ran out of material to kind of pull from, and I think that's just because she's kind of a meme character. Like, she doesn't have like this, you know, huge personality or this huge backstory to pull from. So I think you ran out of material, but I still think that you were confident. I think that you felt relaxed, and I think it was a really smart choice for you, Hennessey.
And I also loved the fact that at the beginning you were really white and then you went into the character, but I didn't hear any change in your voice inflection. And I would have really added those. Again, there were little moments that I would have added them in and really been like, very dolly, girl. And then when it's like, girl, what you mean? Like, really made the differentiation of white and black. And I think it really would have elevated it even more.
As for the runway, it was a little bit ugly, but I also kind of liked it. It was ugly in a intriguing way. I think the colors and the textures and the shapes all played in a really unique way, and I would rather see something unique than something I've seen like 1,000 times.
I love that you pulled from like different kind of references, and it looks really well made, and I love that hat. I would literally wear that hat in my everyday life, and I would like one. Please make one for me and send it to me. Thank you.
Up next, we have Neon Noire as Mrs. Claus.
So I was fully trying to figure out where exactly you were taking your character. It was just too everywhere. I understand that maybe this was a premeditated, I wanted to do this and I want to do that, but now I'm a housewife. But why were you a housewife?
I actually think your backstory was a little bit too overcomplicated, where it became confusing for us to follow along with the story, and it became less about let me just throw out a funny line or a funny joke, and more about let me explain this whole backstory that, you know, really we just want to laugh.
I was also a little bit confused by your character. Like, was she evil and was she lying to Bucy? Like, she said that she didn't steal the cookies, but then she had a cookie. So I couldn't really tell like who this character was, and then that made it more difficult to get on board with the story, and then also therefore with the funny.
But on the flip side, this was my favorite runway of the week. As a Mortal Kombat fan, I immediately got the reference. I love that it's this like neon noir, black light, you know, Mortal Kombat badass bitch.
This is what I came to see, honey. Flawless. This is what I mean. I'm telling you right now, you had the best runway. And it would have been out the ballpark if your character just matched that same kind of energy.
Okay, up next we have Smokey Karmikael, who was Little Richard.
So for Smokey this week, I thought she did an incredible job. I was a little afraid when I heard she was doing a character that someone already won with, but she ended up being really, really funny, and her characterization was amazing. She had some really fresh jokes.
And like, I wasn't even thinking about Kennedy's Little Richard at the time, but even when I had thought about it, I was like, I think you nearly got to her level, which is impressive, you know? We're not on TV, we're on YouTube.
I think Smokey took every improv bit I gave her, and she like didn't even have time to breathe. She would just spat out something funny. I really enjoyed doing that interview, and I think she did a fabulous job.
And as for the runway, I thought it was also really great. I thought the hair was so flattering on her. The entire silhouette, the really big shapes and like blocky chunks of like the hair, the gauntlets, everything really worked.
I'm a Steven Universe fan. Mama. I got the reference right off the bat. You know, I love anyone that embraces their culture, and I also love an embracer of anime, and that's what it was giving me. It was giving me that futuristic warrior. I know the reference. You look absolutely stunning. And so to me, this is where I was like, oh, she is that girl.
Lastly, we have Gwendolin, who was the king of rock. Is that what they call him? She was Elvis.
So Gwendolin's fat chat was interesting because I do think she had funny potential, but some jokes just went on for way too long, and there was too much singing and not enough comedy.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people did have some pre-planned bits that they wanted to include, and I feel like when you were the biggest offender of just trying to fit as many of those in as possible and not really listening to what Bucy is asking.
She gets asked a question and then she takes up a minute singing.
I loved it. I'm sorry, I freaking loved it.
I just thought it was like so awkward, but in a great way. I loved how long the songs went on for. I love that there was so many jokes about penises.
I would have honed in on being a womanizer even more. Calling her titty, calling her booby, calling her stuff like that. Hitting on her, making the person feel uncomfortable. Obviously, we do not want that in the real world. Hello, but this is a caricature, okay? And this is a person who was kind of known for this. So I would have really honed in on that. But I'm telling you right now, you were my favorite of the day. I'm telling you right now.
On the runway, I feel like this is my least favorite look of this week. I think this could have been brought into a different level and done a little bit better and with more polish.
My favorite part was the spinal cord. It was so freaking cool. I just think if you're prehistoric and you're battling, your white fur should have been dingy, should have been dirty, should have been battled. Like, it just looked too like, I just went out to Joann's. Oh, RIP. I just went out to Joann's and just got some white fur. I would have really dingied it up.
I feel like you have more unique ideas inside of you, and that's really what people want to see.
I'm a little bit underwhelmed by Gwen's performance this week, even though I expected her to possibly even win this challenge before their submissions.
We have made our final decision.
I'm very excited, a little nervous. I mean, I'm always nervous.
It was surprising to me that once I got onto the group chat, everybody was saying that me and Alex were in the bottom. So now I'm worried.
This week, two warriors stood out to us as the best of the week, while two warriors stood out as the worst. Everyone else will be safe. Transjenifahs Gawdy and Smokey Karmikael. Congratulations, you are the top two performing warriors this week.
Bitch, I'm in a tattoo! Ah! Oh, hold on, my titties. Ah!
Yes! 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 Damn, I really thought I did well this week.
However, there can only be one challenge winner. Transjenifahs Gawdy, congratulations! You are the winner of Fat Chat.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
Congrats, baby.
Shut up! Oh my god, I have a cramp! I have a cramp in my leg. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You win a $100 cash prize and a secret power-up, but more on that in a moment.
Ow, my leg hurts! Holy shit! Holy shit, I did it!
I'm so proud of you, Trans. I love you so much. You tore me, you tore these bitches. I'm so proud of you, bitch. I am so fucking proud of you. Mwah!
Guys, we're up! We did, I can't, no, this has to, you get a full, oh my god, I swear, my leg really fucking hurts. Oh, I really hurt my leg.
Queen of Melrose come true. That was such a good idea.
The comeback for Trans is crazy. Good work, Diva. Proud of you.
This is all that I have wanted in this competition. I can't believe this is the week. This is not what I was expecting at all. I did it. I finally did it.
Seriously, hats off to you, Trans.
The fucking 1 week I really just don't give a fuck and let go. Of course, that's the week I end up doing the damn thing. Yay.
Smokey Karmikael, great job this week. I guess you really didn't need that bonus life anyway. Congratulations, you are safe.
Bitch is black. She is safe.
Okay, who's safe? Oh god, who's safe?
Noire.
Oh, I hate this.
Your runway killed. Fatality. You are safe.
I am safe. Everybody's gonna be so gaggy. So gaggy.
Alex Elektra, your Miss Piggy turned into bacon. We are sorry, but you are one of the bottom 2 placing warriors this week.
Okay, now Alex is... Please, I don't want to lose another one of my Euro girls. I cannot be the last one left.
I was definitely nervous as hell.
Hennessey, your fat chat was so wrong that it was right. Great job this week. You are safe.
I'm safe.
Henny's safe, yeah.
Okay, slay.
Heavy Cream, your run burgundy left us feeling a little blue bold. We are sorry, but you are also one of the bottom 2 placing warriors this week.
Damn. I thought I was gonna be safe.
Heavy's in the bottom?
Heavy in the bottom. Gag.
Heavy's in the bottom over Neon?
This means Gwendolin, you are safe.
I'm not gonna crash out over it. I'm just sad. I really thought I did good this week, but again, I might just be delusional.
Okay, but Heavy and Alex are sickening competition. Happy they're in the bottom. No shade.
This is crazy. I just gotta say, this is fucking crazy.
Alex Elektra and Heavy Cream, it's time for you to face off in the drag duel to the song Turn Me On by David Guetta featuring Nicki Minaj.
So here I am again, another lip sync against Alex.
I got chills. I don't know if you can see, but
This is gonna be the first week someone with a win goes home.
Warriors, ready your weapons and let the drag duel commence!
Is Heavy Cream in a hospital? Is this HIPAA compliant?
Doctor, need you back home, baby. Doctor, where you at? Give me something. I need your love, I need your love, I need your loving. You got that kind of medicine that keep me coming. My body needs a hero, come and save me. Something tells me you know how to save me. I've been feeling real low, oh, I need you. Alex is dead! Oh my god! Make me come alive, come on and turn me on. Touch me, save my life, come on and turn me on. I'm so young to die, come on and turn me on. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on, turn me on. Make me come alive, come on and turn me on. Touch me, save my life, come on and turn me on. I'm so young to die, come on and turn me on. Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on, turn me on. You got my life in the palm of your hand. Come and save me now. I know you can. Don't let me die young. I just want you to father my young. I just want you to be my doctor. We gotta get a cracking chiropractor. I know you can save me and make me feel alive. Make me come alive.
Oh my god!
Come on and turn me on. I'm so young to die. Come on and turn me on. Turn me on.
Yes! Flip.
Turn me on.
Bitch! I got my life! Now shut up! Girl, it was so good. So good. Fuck!
Wow, what an amazing performance! Great job to both of you. This is what we call a drag duel.
white people, you better turn out this Nicki Minaj lip sync.
I still got goosebumps. I don't know what's going on.
Ate it up. No crumbs.
I don't know.
That's tough.
The judges have made their decision. Actually, wait. Derek, what are we doing?
Oh, I don't know. They were both just so good.
I don't know. Should we consult a higher power? Is it time for a Deja analysis?
So if you're new here, it is 4 criteria, DEJA. So D stands for do they know the basics? This is stuff like lyrics. Was wigs falling off? Were you tripping? D is going to go to both Alex and Heavy Cream. They absolutely knew the basics of lip syncing and it was sickening. E stands for emotional connection. Now, this doesn't have to mean sadness. It means, are you emotionally connected? Is there fire? Is there fight on your face? Are you really portraying and visually portraying the song to the forward? This is going to, I'm going to give this to Miss Alex. This is going to go to E, is going to go to Alex. I fully felt like the fight was there on both of them, but I loved just the connection of it. She didn't do too much. She did just enough. She was Nicki Minaj. Where's she from?
Serbia.
She was Nicki Minaj. Down, okay? Now, J stands for journey traveled. This is going to go to both of them. Absolutely. They were up and down, left and right. Heavy Cream was in an elevator, shut down the entire was it that? I loved it. Now, A stands for all the above. This is the wow factor. Is this something that I'm going to remember? I'm absolutely going to remember Alex, hands down. Alex was just sexy, fluid, beautiful. The going to the down and then the flip up. Fuck you, skinny bitch. Okay, that's all I got to say. I love it. But I thoroughly enjoyed the lip sync. I was going back and forth and they both deserve to stay.
That's settled then. Alex, Elektra, and Heavy Cream. You gave us an incredible performance tonight and showed us that you have so much passion for this competition. And we want to see more from either of you. Congratulations! For the first time in Drag Duel, both of you are the winners of this Drag Duel.
What?
No one is going home.
Get out of there. Scaring me like that in the middle of the morning. Oh my god. I need some vodka in this coffee. Thank you so much.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding me.
Oh my god.
That's crazy town. That should not have happened.
Send someone home, please. I'm gonna crash the fuck out.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, that was such a good lip sync, so I totally understand why they did that. But I just need some people to get eliminated that are not me. And the next one is a sewing challenge.
I hate my life.
However, do take this as the final warning. We know what both of you are capable of, and this is going to be one and only bonus life you receive in this competition.
Sorry, my brain was trying to, I was trying to do the math. I'm like, wait, if there's 7 people and like 4 challenges, does that mean there might be a double elimination? If someone was saved now, that must mean someone else is gonna have to go later, right? Ooh, not looking forward to that one.
A massive thank you to our iconic guest judges, David Puck and Deja Sky. And to all of you watching at home, thank you for your support. If you want to contribute to the show, well, join our Patreon today. You not only gain access to so much exclusive content that you wouldn't even be able to watch it all in a day, but you also help out the show and the production.
With Fat Chat behind us and 7 warriors still in the arena, I think that they all just received an invitation in their mailboxes from the one and only Titanic Donovan, because his Met Gala is back on for another year with a brand new category. And with the talents of sewing and designing that this group has, this is sure to be interesting.
And remember, Drag Duel audience, you don't need to be a celebrity. You just need to fake it. And if you need any advice on faking it, just ask any of Derek's dates. Bye!
Next time on Drag Duel. Hello, welcome to the Met Gala of Season 3 of Drag Duel.
I get the most evil power-up that we have had to date.
Holy fuck, Titanic screwed me over.
I can't believe this is handmade.
This is one of my favorite looks I have ever seen by a drag artist.
It was well made, but everything else is where she loses me.
If I'm looking at the reference photo right next to your look and I'm like, I don't see it, that's a problem.
It doesn't give as much of a wow factor as it ought to, based on how much work was definitely put into this.
This project has been very emotionally taxing.
Like, maybe I'm not good enough for this competition. Maybe I don't have what it takes.
Do I laugh or do I start nuking the country?
So I'm having to change my whole idea.
Watch me crash the fuck out. It's fine.
Special thanks to patrons Sean Edmonds and Keone.